Strike Group 1470, In the Storm. Recorded in the year of our Lord 1470 by Captain Esteban de Herrera. The celebration had not yet faded when the wind began to rise. First a whisper, then a howl sweeping across the decks like a warning voice. An officer stepped to Captain Reeves and spoke quietly, but I understood enough. A storm was approaching. Reeves only nodded, gave short commands, and the joyful crowd dispersed as if at an invisible signal. We were taken back into their boats, returning to the Santa Estrella. Already as we crossed, waves struck the hull like walls, and the small craft leapt over the spray as though it meant to touch the sky. Hardly had we set foot on our deck when the gusts lashed the sails, and the rain poured as if from 1,000 buckets. The night became a trial. The Santa Estrella, faithful servant of wood and iron, groaned like a living creature. Masts swayed, ropes snapped, the deck turned into a single surging flood. Men shouted orders. Others prayed aloud as they hurled buckets of water overboard. I clung to the railing and roared commands until my voice broke. A mast basket crashed down, shattering the stern deck, and 2 of my best men vanished into the Black Sea before we could save them. Their cries mingled with thunder and wind until they fell silent. Even now I still hear them. And yet, when I raised my eyes, I saw the gray giants. Amid the breakers they lay like rocks, their lights blinking calmly through rain and spray, and even their smaller escorts held their course as if they were one with the sea itself. I asked myself, how can a ship without masts or sails remain unmoved, while we are scourged by every gust? By morning the storm abated as suddenly as it had come. The sea still churned restlessly, but the sky began to brighten. Then the full misery revealed itself. Our mainsail hung in tatters, the rudder was damaged, and water stood in the lower decks. We drifted, helpless as a toy. At that moment one of their strange boats approached, small, black, with inflatable sides, driven by a motor that roared like an enraged bull. Men in vests hurled us a thick rope, which we fastened with the last of our strength. Then came the unbelievable. This small craft, hardly larger than our own dinghies, pulled the entire Santa Estrella into motion. Slowly but relentlessly, our bow turned toward the coast. My men stared with wide eyes. A miracle, one cried. No, I said, it is their power, not only against the enemy, but even against the sea itself. Hours later we entered Cadiz, towed by the RIB. Fishermen at the quay crossed themselves at the sight. A proud carrack pulled into harbor by a tiny, thundering craft, and behind her, out on the roads, the gray fleet, still and unshakable like guardians from another world. Closing words from my logbook. That night I learned that we are inferior not only in war, but in peace. The storm that nearly broke us left their ships untouched. What for us is God's wrath seems for them no more than an inconvenience. We live by the wind, they live by will. And so they are masters where we remain only guests of the sea. Captain Esteban de Herrera. If you wish to keep sailing with us, like this video and follow our course.